Good morning everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Jan Kilstra and my mom and two sisters, they are in Vancouver for a couple days, which is cool. Only problem with that is the 3 calf feeders that we have at the farm. So I have been promoted to calf feeder until they get back. Just 3 days of calf feeding. So this is not a job that I regularly do. They showed me how to do this right before they left and I did it yesterday, went pretty good. So I figured I'd take you guys along today and show you how we feed calves. So right now, just waiting for this milk to reheat. We're almost there. Its target temperature is 40 degrees Celsius, so we are pretty close, and that's in this pasteurizer. We have the double pasteurizer, so that one gets filled in the evening, that one gets filled in the morning, and the reason we have 2 is just so that that one can be filling from this morning's milking, and then yesterday evening's milking is still here. And that makes it so that we don't have to feed calves before we start milking in the morning. Of course, this is milk from the parlor. We don't feed milk replacer. So once that hits the target temperature of 40 degrees, we're gonna load it into the milk taxi. And then we'll also take some bottles along. And then we'll head out to those calf rooms. Calves are always stoked to see you roll in there. They know milk is on the way. Okay, so that reheating cycle just finished up. After the pasteurization cycle is done at night, it cools the milk down so that it stays fresher for the morning, and then it's set to a timer to reheat. We'll take this out. We take this guy off. Into the milk taxi. Why not? Dispense. Pasteurize. There we go. Okay, that is one full milk taxi. We will put some milk in bottles before we start wheeling this thing around, otherwise it'll spill. It does seal pretty good though. Usually keeps all the milk in there when you're driving. I already messed up. You're supposed to dump the first round down the drain because there's a bunch of wash water still in there. So yeah, that's some watery milk. At least I remembered we didn't feed it to the calf. Okay, now we're gonna start filling bottles. So this thing's ready to go to the calf rooms and we can start feeding those calves milk. First thing though, gotta put the pasteurizer into wash mode. We've just let the last bit of milk drain out. So hook this thing back up. This is the agitation nozzle. I'll just drop that in there so it washes along with everything else. This is the wash nozzle. Plug that in on here. And that's gonna spray the entire inside of this pasteurizer with chemical drawn from the 2 jugs back there. It'll add water. So you just switch it to wash on the right side. Start wash cycle. Oh yeah, okay, well. Forgot to switch the nozzle. Just making mistakes here live on ESPN. Unreal. Okay, we got that fixed up. Started that wash cycle again. You can start it. See it start filling here at the bottom. That is some hot water, so. Cool. We'll head over to the calves now. So these are our bigger calves. They're in groups. Drive through this barn to the next one, and that's where the individual calf pens are. The milk taxi does fit through man doors. It's just a lot easier to open up a bigger door. Morning, Buster. He's gonna follow us and hope that I spill, so he can drink it up. Room number 1. Hey. So there's 2 new calves that were born this morning. So we gotta feed those. Well, hopefully you guys can hear me, but the milk taxi is pretty sweet, and you can just adjust how much volume it dispenses. So the young calves are gonna get 2 liters. There is some calves that'll drink out of the pail, and then some calves need the bottles. We just drop them in the bottle holder, super easy. And there are some really young babies. I will need to feed them by hand with the bottle. That's okay. So now we just take the nozzle, fill up their milk pail. Oh, whoa, whoa. My hand ain't got no milk in it, calf. Yo. There you go. So that's the part of this room that knows how to drink out of the bucket. I'm not gonna teach these calves how to drink out of the bucket. I'll leave that for when the calf feeders get home. For now, we'll just drop the bottles in there, and the calves know where to find the milk. So there she goes. This is the cutest little red calf ever. Super tiny. Red tags mean that's a steer calf. White tags means heifer calf. Tail starts wagging right away. So that's all the bottles we got. We got a few more calves to give, so we'll just wait until they start finishing up, and then we'll rinse these nipples off, and then we can give them to the next calf. Just try and keep it sanitary. Well, this little girl is done first. Wash it off a bit. Fill the bottle up again. And then to the next calf right away. Wow, this one's just chugging, eh? He's literally lifting that bottle up to get it out quicker. Got some good stuff, eh, buddy? Okay, so we kind of got to show him where it is. I'll start leading him with my hand. Right there, dude. Yep. Oh, look at that. So he's probably going to lose it. You just got to be on it for a couple times, then he knows where it is. No, this guy's got it. He's a natural, man. This girl's still a bit in the learning process. If she moves away, that nipple will flick milk everywhere. This is also a cute calf. Oh yeah, trying to... Whoa, what are you doing? No, 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 no. There you go, girly. You're all done. There she goes. Now she's chugging. So as the calves get a little bit older, they get more and more milk, and calf feeders have made that super easy. 2.5 liters for this whole room. And then say this half of the room, if they get 3 liters, they'll put another sticky note there. I don't see it, so this whole room just gets 2.5 liters of milk. And of course that is super easy to adjust from the last room. They were at 2 liters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, just like that. Now everybody else is gonna get 2.5. Just finished up our second room, going into the third. We'll always start in the room with the youngest calves. In theory, they're gonna have the least sickness in that room, and then we'll go to the second least likely, and then the third least likely, and then the oldest calves last. The oldest calves, they're also slinging manure everywhere, and it's just maybe a little bit easier to contaminate if they have anything. Just walking into room number 3 here for this morning, I see some of these buggers. You guys are naughty. Want to have a sleepover, eh? We'll have to separate these buggers. 331 goes on that side. All right. Fun's over. Fun's over, fellas. To prevent those panels from falling out, we do have these pins. We can slide them in right there. And then that prevents the panel from moving forward. We have all pins for every single panel. Don't know why they're not in, but this room is getting 3.5 liters. This right here is always a common struggle for calves. You see how he just dunks his head in there up to his eyeballs? He hasn't quite yet figured out to keep his nostrils above the milk so that he can breathe. Yo, just chill out for a bit, bro. Yeah, it's okay. Look at this thing. Just his whole face is covered in milk. There you go, get some air in. Oh, straight back in. It would be cool if someone made like a mesh that stuck with the level of milk in there and forced them to just sip it out slowly. I don't think it's the healthiest thing in the world for calves to be dunking their whole face in there. Just nothing other than get this milk in me. Alright, this calf's just sitting here waiting. We'll get you sorted. There you go. So we took the milk taxi back to the calf room, filled it up with water, put some soap in here, and now we're gonna throw it into wash mode. So we take that plug out, and then this is the wash nozzle. So yeah, it's just gonna crank, circulate all that soap. And here we can see the pasteurizer wash cycle is done. Well, that worked excellently. So now we'll just take this nozzle out. Drop this nozzle in here, which is the stuff that filled up this morning. We'll take this one. This is for filling the pasteurizer. We'll clean this out. And then we'll drop this one in here. Close this valve. Close the wash valve. Open this valve. So now we want to pasteurize this for this afternoon's milking. So we switch from right to left. Pasteurize. Reheat cycle start. So now this will remain in this position until I come feed calves this evening. Feeding fluid milk. Now we're going to switch over to some pellets and some chop. This is that solid feed we give to the calves. Room, this is the youngest room. It's actually room number 4. I've been calling it room number 1, but just because we're feeding in that order, they are too young. They don't get anything. Rooms 2 and 3, they get this pellet here. So we'll make sure every single pail of theirs is filled with this. So it is quite important that you don't always just dump on top of the old feed. Every once in a while you got to come in here and dump all these pails out. You know, get rid of all the fines at the bottom. Calves do not like eating really fine powdered grain. Try to keep it as fresh as possible. They're picky eaters, and rightfully so. This room gets the chop that we make here at the farm. And this room I'm just going through and dumping all that old feed, just flicking it in their pen. Okay, that was the last thing we had to do. All these calves have a nice fresh bowl of feed. Well, that's the calves fed. Just making sure that everyone drank their milk. Everyone's got feed. It's kind of like a double check, a once over in every room. But it's looking good. So now we'll go to the group pens. And then this is the other calf barn. Same thing for this one, they got water bowls. Just gotta make sure they have enough feed. And they got plenty, so. Still wanna walk through, make sure all the calves are doing good. That one's full of energy this morning. Well, that is calf feeding on our dairy farm. It is pretty convenient to feed calves here. The way those rooms are, it's all smooth concrete with that milk taxi, and you know, pumps from the pasteurizer into the milk taxi, so you're not carrying buckets anymore. I remember our old calf barn, you had to carry the 5-gallon buckets everywhere you went, and you know, fill them with the nozzle out of the pasteurizer. So this is a pretty awesome setup. All the bottle holders work excellently, and yeah, it's just, I always enjoy feeding calves. Other than we had 7 calves that one day, which was a lot of first calves to feed with the bottle, which is not the funnest thing in the world, but we got it done anyway. Mom and my 2 sisters are coming back tomorrow, so that is it for me. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.